Welcome to Mondays Beyond the Mic. Yes, it is Monday already again. So, Mondays Beyond the Mic. This is the place where we go beyond surface level topics in relationships. This space provides us with an opportunity to delve into more personal or profound aspects of our lives. And before we continue, co host, how are you doing this Monday evening?
I am well. We're going to make it a magical Monday. How about that?
Oh, magic. Did y'all hear that? Co-host said a magical Monday. So we want to say thank you for being here. We want to say thank you for those that are returning. And if this is your first time with us, thank you for tuning in. We always do a personal disclaimer to let our viewers know we are speaking from personal experiences in the hopes that it will help move someone from pain to pleasure or just seeking the help that they need. House rules: respect, respect, respect. That is our number one house rule here on HG on Mondays Behind the Mic. I would like to state that if disrespect is displayed in the chat or on the platform, individuals will be silenced or removed. Before we get started, what's going on with your Monday? Let's see who's in here. Let's see who's in here.
Reverend Janelle. Hey, Reverend J.
Hey,
Good
and,
evening. Good evening.
and, and guess what?
Hey, Anae. She said, hey at Bravo with Sheila Network.
And we must say, Ine is the best moderator in these YouTube streets. She makes everything
Hey.
happen behind the scene.
Kathy, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Kathy.
Good evening. So tonight, I believe tonight's topic is going to be a little interesting. And we're talking about the X Files, the case of the X. Listen. Oh wait, hold on. We got some more here. We got our favorite coming in.
Still standing says, hey.
Hey, we gotta shout out our faithfuls because we wouldn't be nothing without them. They keep us going. So tonight is going to be interesting as we talk about the X Files. What do you think about this topic?
Oh, this can go so many ways. It can go so many ways. So I just say, hold on tight because we don't know what's going to happen, but something's probably bound to happen tonight.
Because something usually does on Mondays Beyond the Mic. So let's get into it. Take it away.
All right. So the X Files. How have you ever had an ex who just will not stay in the past? They pop up in your DMs. They like your post at 2 a.m. or worse. They haunt your thoughts when you are trying to move on. So, tonight on X Files Unfinished Business, we're investigating the persistent, maybe zombie X, the persistent X, or if you're struggling yourself to just let go. We are here to crack the code with insight, real stories, and to uncover why do exes come back? Can you really be friends with them? And how do you finally close the case for good? So this should be really, really interesting.
This is just a lot because I don't know about you, but sometimes exes really don't go away no matter what you do. Like how many years have gone by? I don't know. Talk to me in the chat. Have you ever had an ex no matter what? You know you're friends, right? You can still be friends, but however, in the interim of that conversation, it turns into yeah, because we can't. How do we get back to we?
Well,
That's just something I experienced. So it's like,
I
how
think
do
a
we
lot
get
of
to we again?
I think a lot of times it goes back to the one that got away.
Hmm.
And I think in people, in the ex's mind, it could be you're the one that got away. So they're trying to redeem and especially if they think that or feel that you're still single, right? And when I mean single, they don't see that you're married, or if they're checking your social media, you're not posted up with a boo. So they're like, wait a minute, you know, she or he
I
might
got a
still
shot.
be me, right? I'm gonna shoot my shot, as they say.
Still
So I
shoot your shot.
so with that being said, I think that that's a lot of why exes try to become nexus. No.
Nexus. Okay, so wait, before we continue, let's read the
Okay. Um, Sometimes it's the thought of the second time is a charm. Okay. Um,
let's see what happens.
let's see what happens. All right. Sheila Ingram Ministries says blessings, everyone. Blessings.
Listen, okay, so let's get we got friend, tell the people what to do.
Oh,
Tell the
I am
people
so
what to do.
sorry. We need you to like, share, and subscribe with us tonight. If you enjoy the content that you're hearing, please like, share, subscribe. All you need to do is go ahead and smash the button.
Mash it up, mash it up, mash it up, mash up the button. Hey T.
Terrence, good evening. I'm quite sure he
Okay.
has a story for us.
I listen,
It is
listen. We can ready to get into it.
um standing says it also comes from a place of comfort and familiarity. Absolutely.
Okay, so let's get into it. We're talking about the X Files, right? So welcome to the case of the X Files. For those of y'all just tuning in, we are investigating the mysteries, reappearances of past lovers, and their uncanny ability to haunt our love life. According to a study by Pew Research Center, 47% of adults say they've checked in on an ex, social media, and 21% of people admit to still texting or communicating with the ex regularly. So grab your detective hats, whatever that hat looks like, your emotional first aid kick. I don't know if you're the one, the ex that's stalking or somebody stalking you, and maybe a snack. I don't know. You might need to snack on something for tonight. I don't know. A cool beverage. I don't know what it looks like to you because this is going to get real juicy. Remember, hit the like button, subscribe, super chat us, and let's dive into the X Files. Co host, take it away.
All right. So unfinished business occurs when a relationship ends without resolving key emotional or practical issues. This can include unanswered questions, unresolved conflict, or unexpressed feelings. So, the first case, this is the ex who just can't seem to let go. They pop up out of nowhere with a hey, stranger, or they're always liking your post on social media. But why do exes come back? Are they missing you or are they just bored?
Now, that's a good question because Still Standing spoke to that, right? So, what did she say?
She said it also comes from a place of comfort and familiarity. Yeah, and I would also I can think say I think as people get older, you start to go, well, yeah, you know what? At least I know them. So it's the ex you know versus the new person you do not know. So I think that
Mm-hmm.
familiarity, because you say, well, okay, at least we don't have to start from the beginning. We can start somewhere in
Mm-hmm.
the middle versus being starting all over again. Reverend J says, in my experience, they just don't go away.
Well, that's true.
Um, Sheila Ingram says, Sheila Ingram Ministries, let me get it together tonight. This is going to be very interesting. Yes, I'm tongue tied and everything.
Everything. Look who's back.
All right. Aloha to the family. Been a while. Ladies, you all are beautiful as always. Thank you.
Thank you, Reginald. Welcome back. You were missed.
Rev J says a combination of both, missing and bored. Yeah.
Not bored. Don't call me when you're bored. Not bored. That's
Uh,
a good call, huh?
if you don't miss me because when you had me, you didn't cherish me. Now, basically, now you want to have access to me. So, yeah.
How?
You miss me. Yeah, you miss what you had access to. So Terrence said, especially when you all have chemistry. So yeah, all of those things could be
Right.
true.
All those things are true. So now we're going to get into it. I have two clips, both sides, because I don't want y'all to say we male bashing, and I don't want the women to say we women bashing. So we're going to get into this, and let's listen to what is going on in here.
To my men, if a good woman leaves you, that means she's given her all and she has no more to give. Chances are she's tried everything and gave all her energy. I'm gonna tell you something, when you lose a good woman, you've lost one of the best things you can lose in life. Because good women don't just walk away. Good women are the real fighters. They're the Rosa Parks, they're the Harriet Tubmans of relationships. And when these women decide to walk away from you, it's because they realize that they cannot change or fight for that's not worth being fought for anymore. I'm gonna tell you something one more time. If a good woman decides to leave you, that means she's done everything, absolutely everything in her powers to find reasons to stay. But the sad part is, you couldn't give her reasons to stay. So ultimately, she decided to walk away. And you lost one of the best things you could have had in your life. Don't let that go over your head.
Men,
Mm.
what's the comment? He said, "Don't let that go over your head." And I can honestly say I've been in that position, and it's like, okay, I'm done. I've given all that I have. I'm done. But hold on, hold on.
Bravo with Sheila Network says, glad you're here. Do us a solid and hit the like button. We promise it's free 99. 12 watching, 5 thumbs up. Smash that like button. Thank you. Help us out. Reginald said, hope you all realize you are bringing up a nightmare for me. Wow.
Okay, so this is a trigger. This is a trigger. So this could be a trigger warning going on out there. So let's stay for the ride. Hold on.
He is absolutely 1,000% correct. When I walk away, I've exhausted all avenues. Sorry, I'm not yelling, laugh out loud. That's okay. We understand.
It's all good. But and for me, like I said, I can identify with everything he said, and I see still standing too. Women, tell me if you can identify with that. Have you been that woman that has given everything and said, you know what, I'm done? What do you
Oh,
think about that before we move to the next clip?
oh, absolutely. I think every woman has been with someone that they say, you know what, I've given everything that I can give, and I have nothing else to give. And if that's not enough, then I'm out.
And I think also what I found for me learning, I was giving too much to the wrong person, and that can happen.
Well, I think that's the case in most of these
Hmm.
cases, right? You
I
give
mean, in
to
the beginning, you don't realize it. You think that person is the one when they're putting up that facade and that mask is up until, again, you can only pretend but for so long.
right. I
And
think
then
that,
you
and
start
I
to
think
see you're in deep, and it's like, I got to get out of this thing.
but I think it also goes two ways. I think sometimes as women, we paint a picture in our head that he never painted.
Absolutely.
So what happens is you are a good woman to your point, but you're being a good woman to the wrong person. And the person was willing to reap the benefits, but not give, but didn't have the heart maybe to say you're you are Miss Right now, not Mrs. Right.
Mhm. And this is something what T is saying.
Right. Which is she might be good, but not good or to or for me. So right.
And
And
I
I
think
think
if that's the case, as a man, that should be stated. Don't string her along. Don't stay in the relationship. But again, I get it. If I'm getting the benefits, it's like, hey,
but I think that can go both ways. I
okay.
think even if the man was saying sometimes women hear what they want to hear, or they take little inklings of something and turn it into a bigger picture when you're like, all he said was, let's just kick it to her. We dating. And it's like, that is not what he said. So he
No, I'm
may,
talking about, go ahead. I'm
I'm
sorry, I
saying
thought you was finished. You went in and out.
he may, it may appear like he's stringing her along, but maybe he never made a definite commitment. They've been doing all the things that couples do, but there was never a commitment to one another, or at least from him to her.
We're talking about two different things. I hear what you're saying. I'm talking about in a full blown committed relationship.
Okay.
I'm talking about in a relationship, living together, doing things
Oh,
together, and not for that's the angle I'm talking about. So yes, I get what you're saying.
okay. Still standing says yes. I most certainly have. You get tired.
Okay, so that was for the men. Now let's listen. I found this to be very interesting.
Is there anything I could have done to save our relationship?
Keisha, I think you're a great person. I think you're a good person. And I appreciate the fact that you realized how closed off you were. But to answer your question, I think you could have saved the relationship by being more appreciative, putting more effort, the same way I did. And I kept stepping towards you, but you kept stepping back. And marriage was out the question because don't nobody want to marry anyone who not showing the same appreciation as them or who not giving their effort like them. So that just pushed me back. And as far as right now, I have a girlfriend, and I love her to death. And that's what I want to get you to see is that you got to appreciate the people that's in your life. The people that come in your life, you don't know how long they're going to be there. You got to appreciate them while they're there, because when they're gone and you don't appreciate them, they got every right to walk away from you. And that's what I wanted to get you to see. So I'm sorry if it hurt. I'm sorry if it hurt you, but I just hope you got the closure you was looking for.
Now, do you think Keisha learned her lesson?
I don't know. But, to be on national television, I hope so. I hope so.
I think, yeah, I think that was Torm said facts.
Mm, it's so true, but still standing.
He said probably not. Well, we're not gonna bash Keisha because we don't know Keisha. But I think that was interesting from a male's perspective. And
Okay.
even to the point where we say men don't give closure, he was willing and strong enough to say, I'm sorry you're hurt, and told her, where her error was with him.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on it? I think that was big of him to do that. And who knows what she did to him, because she's like, you think there's any way? Keisha looked like she might have thought the grass was greener on the other side and jumped on over there and found out, nah, I'm gonna need brought back.
Um, I think, what was the question again? I'm sorry.
I basically was saying, what do you think about the clip as far as him being respectable enough and giving her closure? Because she did ask a question, and a lot of times they say men don't give closure, men don't do closure, but he gave her closure.
I think that was brave of him. I think, again, to the point, a lot of times as women, we want closure, we want the answer, but are we really prepared to hear the real answer? One. Two, are we positioning ourselves when we hear, to the point you just asked, did Keisha receive it? So the next relationship she would go into, whatever it was that happened there, she would change the behavior. Hopefully. I mean, Terrence said probably not, but we don't know. I think, and sometimes closure is, you know what, he just stopped calling you. That's going to be all the closure you're going to get.
And that's a good point, because to the point we talked about it before, people look for these words, and no communication is closure.
No communication is
You may,
communication, right?
yeah, allow one, allow one.
Still Sandin said he was emotionally intelligent enough to articulate it clearly. Kudos to him.
Yes. So we do both sides, because we don't want, the men out there saying we male bashing, because that's not what we're doing. Right. So let's move on. And this next one, I think this next case is when the past meets the present. Interesting. Why on earth would anyone date someone who lives with their ex? I have no idea. Believe it or not, living with an ex partner after a breakup is more common than one might think. These decisions are often influenced by financial constructs, housing market challenges, and shared responsibilities. According to Divorce Magazine, a 2010 British survey found that 28% of separated couples continued living together post breakup due to financial pressures. Would this be an option for you? Talk to us in the chat. Would that be an option for me? No, I'm gonna go stay on my friend's couch. I'm going somewhere, but to the point we said when I'm done, I'm done. For me, that just wouldn't be a good idea. What's your thoughts?
I guess it depends. I mean, personally, no, but I think it depends on the relationship with of the two married people. If there's children involved, then they may, say, okay, it's best because we want the kids to have both parents in the house. That wouldn't work for me, and maybe everybody likes the house, so it's cheaper to stay there than to move out. I don't know.
Everybody
So
likes that. But listen, still standing said what?
that would be a hell of nah, Alex, for 1,000. Laugh out loud. Okay, so we know no thanks. All right.
No thanks. Also, so we have two women passing, no men talking to us. Let's have y'all even been in this situation? I'm playing a clip and I'm gonna drop the question. I'm gonna drop a
I
question.
trust a woman who just got a divorce recently but is still living with her ex-husband.
Cause it's the kids, it's for the kids. Fam, if she still live with this man, you dating them both. You are. It's unfortunate that so many men buy into this idea that we have to have the way, we have to have the plan, we have to do, because what you end up doing is you try to play hero to a woman and save her from her situation. Bro, that's an adult. And the thing about another adult, bro, is you don't ever want to strip another adult of their autonomy, because that's how you start making excuses for them. That's how you start to parent them. You about to go be a father, fam. The first thing that's supposed to move a woman out of her house is her husband, and that's supposed to be from her father's house. She not staying with her father, fam. She's staying with her ex-husband, which means she hasn't even completely graduated from the situation that she was in, bro.
But I did call him daddy. Does it count?
Your question is about, should you trust a woman? Yes, you should. You should trust exactly what you see. Trust that you see a woman that a year after she leave a situation, she still ain't left it. Yeah. Trust that she hasn't financially prepared herself to actually be alone, which means you're gonna have to pick up the slack. Trust that she's okay starting new before she end old shit. It's a whole lot of shit over there that you should trust, big dog. What you looking for is a green flag amongst the field of red. And you asked us if we could find it. No.
I did. I found one.
We can't help you, bro.
No, we can't. If she coming over your house, you getting the yeeks or something like that, y'all around, do your thing. But trust?
Thoughts, because he was serious. He was talking out the side of his teeth. He meant every word he was saying to Big Dog, as he called him.
I don't know. I would definitely say I agree with him. I think, if someone's not out of a situation, because then it gets complicated. Because think about it. If he's rescued, or the man is trying to rescue her, and then she doesn't answer her phone, and she's in the house with it, it's so many thoughts that this thing here will have you thinking all kinds of things. You have you sneaking in the bushes, trying to see what's going on in the house.
Listen, I would need a 24-hour surveillance camera set up on your body every time you move. I would need to know what's going down, because and I'm secure, but that there, I think that would throw anybody into emotional turmoil.
Reginald said, Coach, you just hit it on the head. Grass is not always greener on the other side.
Yeah, I think with that, yeah, it's a lot. And like he said, trust, nah.
No,
trust
he said
that
trust
she'll
what
get
you
into
see.
another. Yeah, trust what you see. Trust that she could get into another relationship and she's not even done with that one. Trust what you see. I was like, Yeah, that makes sense.
Lilith Haley, it says sometimes it just isn't meant to be. If God didn't ordain it, he will give you closure, meaning the relationship will end. I appreciate how he articulated his side without disrespecting her. And that's going to the previous
Bad
clip.
the first one. Now I did drop the link because I got some listen. They like,
Hmm.
hmm, hmm,
We got some hms.
hmm. Elaborate. What the hms and hms mean? I think. Let me see. Okay, still standing and saying something.
He felt that down in his soul. I completely agree.
Yes, yes, yes.
Trudy said, good evening, everyone. It's important that you understand the needs of your partner when, I'm sorry, I got to move something out the way. What you give could be your all, but might not be what they need or want. Reginald, Reginald said, hell to the no. Once it's over, it's over.
So tonight, for those that are just coming in, we are talking about the X Files unfinished business. We are investigating the mysteries, reappearances of past loves, and their uncanny ability to haunt our love life. So that's what we're talking about, X Files. And we covered already the persistent X, the one that just won't go away, that just continues to pop up 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Hey, stranger, no matter what you do, he just doesn't go away. And now we're talking about the past that meets the present. And what we saw was, the past meeting the present. Hold on.
Uh,
Okay. I dropped the link.
I need to join this chat, please.
I did drop the link. And while she's logging in, let's do this.
Under the same roof as your ex, you're still in a relationship. People all the time saying, oh, I'm broken up from my ex, but we still live together. Well, you're still in a relationship. You can't just emotionally separate and not physically separate. You have to separate physically as well.
I think that's the part some people miss. You think, hey, we're not together, but them emotional strings, absolutely not. Especially if you were the one that was in love with that person and still want to be in a relationship with that person. For me, I don't think I could do it.
I got nothing.
I do.
Trudy said,
Right?
that's what you see. He meant that. Absolutely. I agree. I mean, for me, I mean, yeah, no, I couldn't do it.
So I just dropped the link. This is the link. T wants to come on up, and I'm glad because this is a male's perspective. So we'll get to hear what he wants to say to the people out there. So yeah, for me, it's a nah. Talk to us in the chat. What could you do this? I mean, and there's no shame if you can't. I'm just saying for me, I can't. And the way that my brain is set up, it's just not going to allow me to.
I mean, maybe if the house was big enough and they don't really have to run
See each
across
other.
each other. I mean, or maybe somebody lives in the basement and there's a separate entrance. I
I
don't
don't want
know.
to see you. I think I said this on the last show. If we're done with that, I don't want to see you. That's my way. Yeah, I'm with you still standing. That's my way of healing emotionally. I can't begin my healing process if you're always in my space or we're in the same space. How do I heal? And again,
Right,
assuming I'm the one that's still in love with you, but you don't want to be with me. So now I
right,
have to see you. How do I move on from that? For me, it would be
right.
extremely hard. That's just a scenario. I'm not saying that's where I'm at. People don't do memes and say, Coach Pache say living with somebody and she can't. That's not what I'm saying. It was a whole scenario I just gave. And like T said, I don't want to see you either. Yeah, for me, that's my healing process. I can't be in your presence and try to heal and move on. Hey Lee,
Hey.
Hey,
So,
how are you?
I'm good. How's everybody?
good.
Me well.
Yeah, so that last clip it just took me back to my last two relationships. So I had a relationship that was on and off 13 years. No infidelity in the sense of physical cheating, but the straw that broke the camel's back is that my ex had a need to help his children's mother. She has an illness. She has some difficulties. And a few years ago, I ended up finding out that while she was in transition, I didn't know this at the time, she was transitioning to living in another state. She was staying with him, her oldest daughter, her grandson, her, um, and I found out via a text message from her, from his phone in the middle of the night. So of course I'm thinking, oh my goodness, all my friends are like, you're crazy. He has to be cheating. But it later came out that he really was helping her. And to what Pache said, it's like if the relationship is over, and I understand that's his children's mother. She has a disease, an illness. It's similar to MS, where she will never be able to work. But at what point your kids are almost grown? At this time, his kids were 25 and 20, or 18. They were grown to me. I'm like,
Adults,
they were
two
adults.
grown folk.
She had an older daughter. A daughter had a child. So why is it she has a brother, a sister? Why are you the savior? So, I walked out of that situation, went into another situation. This person, after 15-year hiatus from his ex-wife, has a whole friendship with his ex-wife. Where I'm like, okay, why is her number? I knew about it, but I'm like, does her husband know that she's BFFs with the man before him that she was married to and with for almost 10 years? That was her college sweetheart. But what is that? You have no children, you have no ties. So why is she your confidant when I'm your girlfriend, I'm your woman, I'm here with you, I'm living with you, almost living with you. So it becomes very tricky. You cannot move into the next situation if you have residuals from the previous situation. You have to let it go. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't mean when you see them in the street, you don't have nice formalities and cordialness with them. But that person can't be your emotional support. As I think that's even worse than physical support. It's still a form of not being 100% committed to the person you're with, in my
That's
opinion. That's
very
just my
good.
opinion.
No, that's very good. Before we respond to that, Still Standing has a response.
She says, I don't care if she was in the West Wing and him in the East Wing. No, sir.
No, that's right. But I wouldn't care how big the house is. Like, I don't want to see you. It's
You
just
couldn't
that
even
little
be in the
chance
family.
I just might bump into you, but to Lee's
In the
point,
guest
very
house? No.
valid. Very valid. You shouldn't be entering into another, relationship when there's unfinished business. And yeah, your ex kind of shouldn't be your BFF. And if it is, there still should be boundaries, not to say that you can't speak and you can't be cordial and interact. But when the ex finds someone else, I think there needs to be boundaries put in place. Like,
Right.
hey, I'm your best friend now. I'm your emotional support. If that's the case, you can just stay over there. Okay, we're gonna go to Still Standing and we're gonna talk to T.
Still Standing says, I am a firm believer in closing one chapter before you start another. It's not fair to me or the other person.
Yeah, because then we come. Who was that? Erica Badu, Bag Lady.
I
No.
gotta see you the next lifetime. That's probably what should be said. Next lifetime, maybe.
Listen, right. All right, T, what you got? We got T up here. What you got for us? We're gonna hear from a male's perspective. What's going on?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Can y'all hear me? Man, that's a sticky
Yeah.
situation, man. That's a sticky situation. I mean, because you want to be loyal to the new person, but if you and your baby mom's cool like that, man, and she really needs your help, it's gonna kind of be hard to not help that person. You
You
know?
gotta live with her?
I mean,
well, well,
nah, see, nah, see, now I probably
wait.
won't let her live with me, but I can't say that I won't help her. I can't say
One
that I won't help
second,
her.
Lee.
Especially especially if we raised our kids and we co-parent with no issues. It's kind of hard to say that I won't help this woman. But and at the same time, my new boo, I don't want her to feel disrespected either. That's a sticky situation. That's a
Yeah.
situation I would never want to be in.
Okay. Lee got some. Lee is talking to you. Go ahead, Lee. She's
I
going
didn't
Go
off
give
ahead,
you the
today.
Lee.
full. I didn't give you the full story, T. So it wasn't always a great co-parenting situation. It was actually a bitter custody battle in which I stood by him while she put him through a lot as a good father. He actually is a great father. He actually ended up taking the younger two and raising them. So at the point that he helped her, I was just like, okay, they're grown, but let's not forget. I'm not saying you can't have a great co-parenting situation now, but they're no longer 5 and 12. They're now 25 and 18. The twins were 18, the oldest was 25. So therefore, at what point do you step away from being responsible? Yes, you don't want to look like a bad, the bad father, but let's not forget this wasn't always we walking in the park, co-parenting in unison. It took almost till the kids were halfway grown to get to that. So my issue was, if it was that kind of situation, why would she want to hurt me? I mean, we weren't even
It's
together at that point. So we were kind
it's
of on the outs. I just feel that you gotta create boundaries, and both parties have to know. You can't have no kind I can't not know about her. She can't not know about me. Her number should be in
Yeah,
your
that's
phone
true.
under her name, not
That's true.
not under Pookie best friend. It should be under
not
whatever
Pookie
that
best
person's
friend, right?
name.
The codes they put you
You
under.
know,
Okay,
Hey, but
real quick. They said
Her
hold
name
on.
is under Pizza Hut. Okay.
right? Delivery, Amazon.
Beyond Ordinary Lifestyle says people hold on to their exes because they aren't ready to grow. You can't bring old luggage to a new voyage. All right.
Yeah, like I said, Erica Badu, bag lady, you gonna hurt yourself.
Still Standing says that's right. Beyond Ordinary Lifestyle.
Okay, T, what were you saying to Lee's point?
Oh no, I was saying, I understand what you're saying, Lee, but you said you guys were on the outs at the
Not
time.
me. They were.
Oh,
Well, oh
okay,
yeah, me and him.
okay, okay,
We were in at a point where we were not really together. This my ex that I dated. We knew each other for a long time, so we had a friendship, and we still have a friendship now. Actually, however, if I get into a relationship, it's kind of clear that that friendship is going to have to be limited to Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I wish you well.
oh yeah,
It
oh
can't be
yeah, oh
what
yeah,
we,
oh
yeah,
yeah.
because it would be unfair to whoever he's with and whoever I'm with. It just would be unfair. But we don't dislike each other. He actually was a good support for me when my parents passed away. And then the one that was
Okay,
the last one wasn't. But,
okay. I was a
again,
little confused.
yeah, there's
Okay,
two of
so
them. I
now that
dated
that's
two back to
it's
back
two.
with the
It's
same.
two. So now that that's clear, co-host, you have something to say before we move on? Okay. So let's check out this last one. Let's move on to our third case.
So when the living situation turns, living
Mm,
with your ex might seem manageable. You got a plan. Boundaries are set, and maybe you're both playing nice. According to the YouGov poll, 17% of people have lived with an ex-partner post breakup, and 68% of those found their experience stressful or emotionally draining. Here are
mm,
some of the challenges that can arise: awkwardness, running into your ex in the kitchen while you're both making breakfast, boundaries blurring, lines get crossed. Are you roommates, friends, or something else entirely? New relationships. What happens when one of you starts dating someone new? And emotional tension. Old arguments have a way of resurfacing. Let's see what that looks like.
mm.
Yeah. Let's see what that looks like.
What are you still doing here? I thought you had a date. My date's grandma caught gonorrhea, so she had to stay home and take care of her. Oh, you could be a part of the gonorrhea family. You want to be a part of the gonorrhea gang so bad, huh? You're a hoe.
Man, what about you and Mr. I was supposed to make it to the league?
You mean bad breath? He smelled like he ate a bag of moldy fish sticks.
Well, I already made reservations, so you still hungry? Because I know you can't cook.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, where? Because I'm picky.
The Cheesecake Factory.
Nazi cake and tender hoes are our spot. Come on.
I don't know why you walking away like you could drive too.
I cannot believe you still come here for the free bread.
Listen, no one told them to make their bread better than their actual dishes.
Oh my God, you can take the man out of the cheap, but not the cheap out of the man.
I'm gonna still leave a tip though.
I had fun tonight.
Me too. Definitely more fun than I would have had with Yuck Mouth.
Well, good night.
What are you doing up so late?
Mirror. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. And I had a bad dream, so can I stay in here, please?
Yeah. My bad. Come on. Girl, what did you? No. What's that? Quit playing with the loud word shit.
Yeah, cases of the X.
Oh, yes.
Now, who in their right
Wow.
mind?
Team, you got to comment on this, T.
So many mixed signals in that skit leads to more confusion. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, as the man, T, you go first. What's your thoughts? Because you had a wow.
Wow, man.
What does
I've
that
been in a
mean?
situation, something like that. He needs to refrain. He needs to not let her come in his room. Because that right there, man, that brings back old feelings, old emotions. Because once you have sex again, it's just things become difficult.
Beyond
Especially
all
if you're
else,
already
like
still.
y'all said, game over.
Yeah, game over, man. They back together now, even if it's only for a month. But they're gonna be back together.
Even if it's only for one night, like Lucas said.
Even if it's only yeah, the relationship is still on.
It goes back to like that TikTok. We go together now.
Right.
Yeah, we go together.
But
We go
even
together
to
until
the
tomorrow.
point, not to tomorrow, I'm done. But even to the point that she got jealous because he was taking her to Cheesecake Factory, and that's their favorite spot. So all these different emotions come back, opposed to when you're not together, it's easier to deal with, because if they weren't living in the same house, she would have never known that he was taken to the Cheesecake Factory, their favorite place, unless she bumped into them. What do
Yeah.
you do? She's gone and she's scared. Okay, what would you do if you was by yourself and your ex wasn't there? At least she tried to be on
She's-
the floor.
She was
She was
sleeping
trying to get in that
bed with
bed.
her nightlight
She was
on.
trying to get in that bed. She was trying to get in that bed.
That's right. What was she doing?
Oh,
She was alone.
faking. She was faking when she was getting on the floor, T.
Yes.
Oh, come on. Of course. She knew she was gonna get in the bed with him before they even left to go to the restaurant.
That's right.
She was, yeah, come on. Come on.
Well, I would say
Go
just
ahead.
looking at in the skit or in the scenario, they obviously had a good friendship, right? Even though that they were exes, they were just having free conversation, and it wasn't a tension between them in the skit. But it does show you how things can quickly go south. And to T's point, like, she's not an ex anymore, because now that gets real complicated, because if he then goes out with whoever he didn't go out with and brings her there, she's like, oh yeah, and she could say something like, oh yeah, I enjoyed the meal you didn't get last night, so it starts so many other things. I mean, the bread, because apparently she said he was cheap, so the bread aspect,
She wasn't thinking about that when she was having her nightmare and needed
right.
Exactly.
If she's in the relation, if he brings somebody else and say, "Oh yeah, this is so and so. Oh, were you the one that stood him up and I went in your spot?" So it starts too many things for the other person to come in and go, "Wait a minute, I don't even feel comfortable in this situation because obviously you two have more going on than you say."
Yeah, yeah, that's very obvious. Mm.
Still
Wow.
standing on
That's true.
fire
Word
tonight.
lines.
She
Hey,
said
hey, hey.
that word lines for real.
And the thing that, to me,
Hold on one second.
even
Let's get some
even as
comments.
women, even with women
Hold
that
on,
act,
Lee.
okay,
Lady Dawn B. Hey, Lady Dawn B. Those are not old feelings. Those feelings are very much alive and well. It's the open access to tap into those feelings. That's the issue. Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond Ordinary Lifestyle said, listen, all they're all they gonna do long term is add other people to balance each other out. Wow.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay, Lee. Why are you still? Hold on.
what some women do express that they can have these physical relationships with no emotions, but let's be real, women are emotional beings. And when we have intercourse, we are taking in the energy of the man. It is going inside of us. They pull out, and their emotions sometimes pull out as well, right? And that being said, they in
Hold
that clip,
on. Let me interject real quick. The emotions was never there. Men can do
right?
things
Men can do
that
things
women
without
can't
emotions,
do.
right? Yeah. So
So
even if
that
it's
part
there,
they
it's
can
just
do right. They can do that without emotions.
right. Or they can pretend to have the emotions in the act, and then once the act is over, there's no compassion there anymore, no whatever. We take it as emotions, they're taking it as the moment, right? So um in that clip where she went in to try to get back in for real, like Elaine said, it could have been just for one night, and then 2 days later, the girl that he really interested in now is free. He coming in with that girl, and it becomes a problem because for him, she was just a stand-in for for that moment. But in her
She
mind,
said to the morning. They
right
go
to the
together to the
morning.
morning.
But as women, we may pretend and say yes, that's okay, but we're not being honest. We're not being honest with ourselves, and we're not being honest with the person, and that's when things get sticky and become messy, and become the Tyler Perry sequel 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. T, what's your thoughts?
I agree with you, Lee, like 90% because some women can do it without emotion also. I've been there, trust me. I have been
They
used.
lying.
What was that? What was
I,
that like? Tell us.
They
I,
lying.
What was that
man,
like? How did
I
you
promise you.
felt used?
No, no,
You
no, no. Hey, Lee, I promise you. I was with
we're,
this chick. I
we're
know how she
family.
get down.
We're family.
She'll pop up. She will pop up every once in a while, and we do it. Then I won't hear from her. Trust me. So,
But let you not
what
be
you saying?
available for her.
What you saying ain't all the way accurate. I'm telling you, I've been there. I have been there.
So what was your
Okay.
feelings behind
Coach,
that?
Coach, want to hear stories.
Oh yeah, did you like go in
Um,
a fetal position and suck your thumb? Like,
oh,
did you
oh
call your
man,
boys?
I was
Like,
asked to.
yo, she didn't
No, no,
even
no,
be
no.
back.
Listen. Shorty was living like 45 minutes away from me. It's 4 in the morning. She's like, okay, good night. like, like it was walking me to the door. I'm like, what do you mean? You
Sort of
walking me
like
to the
Robin
door
Givens
for?
and Boomerang. Like Robin
Yes,
Givens and
yes, yes,
Boomerang.
yes, 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 yes,
When she was
yes,
like, thank you for your services.
yes, yes. I have to get up in the morning, and I just looked at her like she was crazy. Like, are you serious? And this is the chick I was in a relationship with. We was in love at one time, so it ain't like I was just some dude, you know. And the thing about it, before that, I probably hadn't heard from her in like 9 months.
Well,
Listen,
it sounds like
listen,
you were in a
listen,
relationship.
listen. I was
Did you give her closure? Did you give her
listen,
closure? Maybe you didn't give her
listen.
closure.
Let me tell you something. Listen,
We listen.
I work second shift, right? So I was on my way somewhere else one night. And Coach, no, I don't be. I keep it real. I'll tell the truth. I was on my way somewhere else that night to something new. right? Now I have two phones. So I'm on the phone getting the address to go to the first place, right? Now this chick is new. My other phone rings. This is my ex. Haven't spoken to her in probably 9 months. And I'm like, she's like, where you at? I said, I just got off. I'm on my way to the crib. And she's like, you want XYZ? I'm like, sure. So I tell her, hold on. I call the other chick. Yo, I ain't gonna be able to make it. So I go, long story short, I go hang out with my ex. And I'm there till about 4 or 5 in the morning. And when we done, she's like, okay, I gotta get up in the morning. I'll holler at you. I'm like, word? Are you serious? So Lee, I agree with you. I agree with you 90%, Lee. I've been there. I'm living experience that men are used to. And that wasn't the last time she called me either. Like maybe like another maybe 9 months again later on. 9 months after that,
Well,
she called me again.
what month we at
You
now?
know,
We at month 7, 8, or
uh,
9 right now.
man, man, man. But
What
that was
month
like
we
a
at
couple.
today?
That was a couple of years ago,
Oh,
and it's
okay. So
over.
the 9 months
It,
we
it's,
stopped.
Hey,
Okay.
yeah,
hold on,
it's,
just hold on. Cole's got something to say because she's crying.
No, it says bye, Felix. I was laughing at still standing. She says, please tip your waiter on your way out.
And honestly, we're laughing, but T, I want to say thank you for sharing that and being honest from a male's perspective because most
hey,
men would
that
not be vulnerable
happens.
enough or open enough to share. So that's good. And this is what we need to know. Like, does it happen to men as well?
Yes, and the bad thing is, she said thank you when I was on my way out. Yeah. Wow, thank you.
So
I thought I was
basically,
spending the night. I thought I was
well,
spending the night.
well,
I thought I was leaving out with her when she left.
well, T, basically it goes back to Still Standing's comment. She was thanking you for your service, which was at the, please tip your waiter on the way out. It was a service.
Yes, yes, I couldn't believe that, man. That was crazy. That was
And I
crazy.
think the crazy part is you thought you was in a relationship. Oh, look, see, you
No,
got
I
sense of
didn't think I was in a
humor.
relationship. I didn't think I was in a
So
relationship
he
with.
just thought he
I
could make it
mean,
to the morning.
at least I thought I was spending the night. You know what I mean? I had to drive 45 minutes again.
T thought
You
he was making
know?
it to the morning.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
It's
you right.
men
You right, Coach.
who might,
That was good for me. I should have went to see the new chick, right?
yeah,
Well, no,
yeah.
but think about it. It also speaks to the earlier comment about familiarity, right? Because you were familiar with the ex, you then put the new person aside to go to the ex because you quote unquote thought you knew what to expect. And you thought instead of establishing this new relationship, you went to what you knew and what you thought was familiar or how you thought it was going to go. But
You know,
lo and
I
behold,
love I love Bravo Nation.
Lady Von B said you didn't purchase you didn't purchase the overnight pack. And you know what? And I'm gonna say we need to stop laughing because had that been on the other side, we would have been ready to say that's not fair, that's not right.
Well, wait,
So
I'm sorry, but the
still
gratuities were
says
not
the
included.
facilities were not included.
But I can say I do know T personally, and he's not taking it offensively. He's enjoyed it. But
Not at all. Not at all.
if it was
Not at
vice
all.
versa, we'll be like, he's such a this and he's such a that, and she should have known better. So yeah, I do get your point, but it is funny. It's just like going sleep, coming through the window,
Listen,
sitting on the bed. See, look, Bravo Nation love you, T.
we love you, T.
But again, thank
Hey,
you for
I love
being
y'all too.
transparent and sharing because most men won't admit that that happened to them. And it just shows
Hey,
that you're secure in who you are,
oh,
and it's
definitely.
something that happened. And now the lesson is, did you learn from that? That's the better question. What
Well, he
did
did
you
say
learn?
Okay,
he was
now she called back 9 months later. I let her come back. This time
no.
she
She
came to
let
my
you
house.
come back.
But listen, what was crazy was she was like, "Do you still live by yourself?" I said, "Yes, I do." She said, "I'm coming through," and I said, "All right, I'll see you in a few." And this time, she left. She left just like I left. It wasn't no spend the night situation. It was a thank you, I'll holler at you situation. But this time I was prepared.
Okay.
Beyond ordinary lifestyle said, add T. Did she at least give you gas money? Maybe an energy drink before the ride?
Not an energy drink.
Exactly. I'd have been happy with a glass of juice. I got nothing. I got to thank you. Thank you. Really? Okay.
Okay, we're gonna ask you to like, share, and hit and give us
Subscribe.
a super chat and subscribe. Yes, please and
But
thank
we
you.
did say the show can go anywhere at any given time. We did say that at the top of the hour. Still standing. Said, how about a few dollars for a happy meal? How about a Metro
A
card? And
Metro card.
Reginald's just laughing. Not a Metro card. Get on the bus 45 minutes, which means you probably got home, depending on that hour, about 2 hours
2 hours.
later. Oh gosh, that is
I
hilarious.
was driving.
But
Wait,
T
somebody
said he
said
was ready that time.
Yeah, no, but you know what though? The crazy thing is, the new chick lived about 45 minutes away too, the other way.
Oh. Well,
So
what
I made
happened
the
to the new chick?
conscious.
like I was about to ask, did you ever explore the new
Whatever
chick and
happened
did
to the
she
new
let you
chick?
stay?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I caught up with her, of course. Yeah, I caught up
Did
with
she
her.
put you out?
You caught up with her?
Huh?
Okay.
I
Yeah, I
said,
caught up with her. Yeah.
did she put you out or she let you
It's,
stay?
nah, she didn't put me. I spent the night there.
Okay.
I spent the
Okay.
night there.
That's that.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
I
that
didn't
would have
get put
been a
out.
better choice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but I mean, hey, I had fun with the old chick. I ain't gonna lie. I had fun. That's why I went there because I knew what was gonna happen when I got there. So I went with what
Familiarity.
I know. That's like
Okay.
going to a new
You
restaurant. I'm
didn't
going.
know, but you just didn't know the
That's
last
like
part. Did she
right,
really go?
right,
Okay.
exactly. I didn't know. Right. That's like going to a new restaurant and going to a familiar restaurant. So I went to the familiar restaurant because I knew how the food tasted.
Okay. And
I
Reginald
just didn't
said,
know they was going. I just didn't know they was going to put me out early.
Well, listen, Reginald said at least she didn't put $40 on the nightstand. That scene out of
at least that would have
what was
covered the
that?
gas though. But no, this has been fun. No, this was hilarious. This has been fun. Thank you all for coming on. Thank you for sharing, being transparent, being vulnerable. I will say this. No, I'm going to let T say something, Lee co host, and then I'm going to say something. So, T, thoughts?
I kind of learned something from the second video. The young brother was very mature and he was very intelligent. I like the way he kind of let her down without being disrespectful and straight up,
Mm-hmm.
playing her out. You know what I mean? I learned something from that. That was kind of dope. I like that.
Okay. Lee, hold on, you're muted. Okay.
Um, yeah, I concur with T, that young man. It was good to see the dialogue between the two, and it was good to see how she received it as well. She took, it seems to be accountability, and and let it go. And I think it was a healthy conversation between what it seemed like young but adults. We can, and age
Mhm.
doesn't define maturity. They seem to be mature. You could have had that same scenario with somebody in their 60s or 50s and it would not have sounded like that. Vice versa.
Mhm.
It just, I like that. I liked all of the clips, and in any situation, like I said in my quote, really basically to me, if it's not God ordained, it's going to get removed. Whether you step out of it or somebody else steps out of it, um, if it's not really rooted in the right foundation, it's not going to last. And you take accountability, you learn from it, you move from it. Forget the mistake, learn the lesson.
Good point. Thanks for
Right.
that.
Um, I will say you will never be enough for the wrong person, and no communication is communication. So take the hint and move on.
And I would say, according to Ideal Home, 42% of individuals reported that an item was broken after the breakup, with electronics or furniture being common casualties. And 57% of former couples claimed that a partner had stolen something of theirs post breakup, highlighting the potential for conflict in shared living arrangements. I say that to say, I just don't ever think it's a good idea to be in a relationship with your ex, more or less, even I would say living. As we saw tonight, it just creates too many different dynamics. It leaves too many doors open and it leads to unfinished business. That's what I will say. But we will be on vacation for the holidays, returning January 6th. Can you believe it? 2025. Wow.
Yes.
2025. If
Let's
you have
thrive.
a topic we have not discussed, or you want to talk about something that we haven't discussed already, email us. Also, if you would like to be a guest in 2025, please email us at hg@harlemgirlsforever.com so we can begin the vetting process. You just can't come up here and because we got to know what you're about. So there will be a vetting process. Nevertheless, we acknowledge that the holidays are not festive for everyone. For everyone, this can be a tough time. With that said, we pray that God strengthens you during this holiday seasons. You may be missing loved ones. We know for Lee, we are especially praying for you. You lost your mom and your dad this year, I believe 2 weeks apart. So I can't even imagine what this holiday will look like for you. But I will say try to focus on the good memories and all that they taught you. If that's any consolation to help
Yes.
you get
Thank you.
right. And
I'm officially off of work until 2025 as of
awesome.
tonight. So
Awesome. So
I
we
will be
will
taking that
see
time.
y'all.
Happy holidays.
Awesome. So we will see y'all January 6th, 2025. Enjoy your holidays. Be safe out there and have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, all that good stuff. And please be back in 2025 on Mondays beyond the mic.